Okay, so for this holiday season, here are a couple of things that I invite you to do to keep your sanity and to take care of yourself. Number one, when family and friends are having conversations and you tend to normally just sit in the background and camouflage and you listen, or you're the one asking the questions and you're so attentive and you're like, oh, that's great, that's amazing, but you don't share yourself with others. That's one thing. I invite you to practice sharing a little bit, speaking up, and letting yourself be seen. Number one. Number two is to pay attention to whether or not you are thinking about and worrying about and like censoring the temperature of the room. Who needs what? Is this one okay? Is that one okay? To be aware if that pattern is coming up, catch yourself, and then turn back inward and say to yourself, how am I doing? Am I okay? Am I feeling okay? And if not, what can you offer to yourself? Maybe you can just put your hand on your heart and just say, it's okay, or just breathe and ask yourself, what do you want? Maybe you need to take a walk. Maybe you need to step outside, or just remove yourself, even if you're with like family and the tension is freaking high, because that can happen when we get together with our families. And then the other thing is, if that is the case, if you're in a situation that is toxic or dysfunctional, that I invite you and I encourage you to just set some boundaries and say to yourself, if you are at another person's house, that you're only going to stay for a set period of time, or make a boundary with yourself that if things are getting out of control, out of hand, that you remove yourself and you leave. If it's at your house and things are starting to escalate and get out of hand, you could just say, listen, we're not going to talk about this anymore. We're not going to do this. Let's just change the subject. Or you could, although very, very hard if you have people-pleasing tendencies or behaviors, very hard to do this one, but you could ask them to leave if it's too much for you to handle. So those are just a few tools and techniques, tips that I offer if you struggle to take care of yourself and to focus on yourself and to put yourself out there. For more information, for more value on this kind of thing, I have lots of podcasts on masks off for people pleasers and perfectionists. You can check it out on YouTube, on Spotify, or Apple. And there are more lengthy podcasts where I have lots of guests and we talk about these people-pleasing and perfectionistic tendencies. And there's over 200 episodes, so I'm sure you will find one that can help you through this.